And welcome to WrestleDraft. I am your reigning, defending Season 2 champion of WrestleDraft, OLED Ed Fries, and down here is my tag team partner, the one and only Season 1 champion, and the new YouTube Trivia champion, Mr. Chris Parrish. How you doing, boss?
I'm not too bad, and if anybody was wondering why the videos were all messed up, I was checking something else. That was all on me.
Yeah, Parrish was pushing buttons. It's not my fault.
Yeah. It was intentional, though.
Here we are. We're at Backlash, WrestleMania Backlash, to give it its true and proper name.
Yeah, but before we get started, let's just say hello to our little friends. We got Bobby Munson coming in saying hello, WrestleDraft friends.
Hello, Mr. Munson.
We have Chris Best saying good evening, gentlemen. We have Bobby Stats, or Bobby Badito, saying hello, guys. We have Ed, your tag team partner of Taking Over, the host of this week's paper reviews following Crown Jewel. We got Astrid Bizarro,
the one and only,
with a natural. And we have Bobby Munson saying, I just played this theme music backwards and it had a hidden message, which essentially turned out to be a recipe for a killer lentil soup, channeling my inner berry monkey this evening. How did I do? Well, I'm sure lentil soup is still better than a chip, buddy, so it's all good. But yeah, how are you doing, Ed?
I'm doing all right. It's been a long week, and it's going to be an even longer week. We had NXT Night 2 of Halloween Havoc last night, and me and Ashton had some opinions on that show. And by opinions, we didn't have a whole lot of thoughts because it wasn't a great show. It wasn't a great show.
You know, I didn't hate it, but I also expected more. So I understand when you guys say it wasn't a great show, probably echoing the whole you expected more than what you got, right?
Yeah, they came out of the gate. We had 5 women's matches the week before. The whole show felt big. The whole show felt important. And then for some reason, last night was just missing that it factor that the week before had.
Also, the very first time Halloween Havoc was actually on Halloween.
Yeah, and it just, there were some choices they made that I didn't agree with. There were some choices they made that Astrid didn't agree with. It was an off night for NXT. You know what? Like I said, the analogy last night. We all say Shawn Michaels cooking, and not every recipe is a home run. Every now and then you cook something crappy.
I will say, I love the cliffhanger, though. That was amazing.
I just wish they would have stayed on Mello and Trick and not gone to Baron Corbin for 4 seconds attacking Ilya Dragunov.
I mean, that's fair, but at the same time, if you're going to want people to think and wonder what is going on, what better way than giving them a chaotic finish?
Yeah, but then there's chaos and then there's just crap. And it just felt like the jumping from one to the other just felt a little crap. We got Bobby Petito saying, congratulations to Chris Parrish on becoming the champion of Ring Respect Radio. Yes, you are the YouTube champion, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Chris Best retained his Twitch championship on that night as well last Tuesday.
He did, only because he decided to not answer first like he normally does. So congratulations to him. But come on, I thought he was the guy that knew all the answers right away.
So I've gone in and I've started doing, to get a little bit quicker, I started booking some of my logistics. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to buy the network quality of effects. It's going to cost me $130,000. I think it's worth it. So let's see. We got anybody important here? We got one half of the tag team champions, Andre Chase. We got Parrish's favorite wrestler, Dana Brooke.
Can't even call that a wrestler. I could call it my favorite released wrestler. Yeah.
Nah, that's not nice, Parrish.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, let's see. What am I booking in my main event since I'm not booking Charlotte versus Shayna Baszler, apparently? So we can put Steiner and Truth in there. We can put Zawa and Big E. That's a level 3. Level 1, level 3 tag team. So we got a men's tag team championship match that we can throw in there. No, that's not what I wanted. I wanted these gentlemen. These gentlemen. That's a level 3. We'll put that in the opener.
Astra dropping some clue more on my post coming soon. As Bobby Mountain says, sounds like the Twitch champ just got himself called out before the next WTF night. Chris Best said, I played the Price is Right rule by bidding one higher in overtime. Yeah. And usually in overtime, whoever scores first wins. So I'm just saying. But no. Congratulations nonetheless. I did say, had I played a full episode, of that trivia, I was walking on with the title, and I did. Just saying. I had to be strategic to keep my title. Well, if you were right on the one question and we all got it wrong, you would have not had to worry about the strategy. And to be fair, it's not like Bobby didn't give everyone more time than they needed to answer. He was very lenient on the time on answers. So, preach.
Alrighty. So, no feud. Women's Tag Team Championships. You know what? Take that off the show.
Bobby Petito coming in saying Paul White is wrestling on AEW Dynamite on November 15th. And
not sure I like that.
Well,
I
don't know about that.
Well, it's a big slow man.
Well, Dynamite's gonna be a big show.
I do love Tony Khan announcing that he has a massive, big announcement to go ahead and give, and it's tickets going on sale for a show that's almost a year away. Good job, Tony. Let's not pick on Aubrey Edwards. At least he's not blind, deaf, dumb, and stupid like Rick Knox.
I thought you just said let's not pick on Aubrey Edwards.
No. I think Aubrey's a fantastic referee. She is over animated and she gets herself involved a little more than my liking. However, I don't think there's anything wrong with Aubrey Edwards. I think she's fine. Rick Knox, on the other hand, issues with Rick.
I think they're clear examples of why AEW should just hire and use as much as possible Mike Chioda.
I think Mike Chioda definitely deserves to have a job somewhere doing something. All right, so we got a basic show booked. It's all right. Now we got to start throwing some things in here. All right, stamina.
Bobby Stats coming in saying Paul White and Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi versus Don Callis family on AEW Dynamite on November 15th. So we got Jericho and the what's the name? The Golden Lovers?
The Golden Lovers.
So we got Golden Lovers and Jericho versus the Don Callis family.
Sure.
I beat you to the answer, Chris Best. Just wait till the next WTF Ring Respect Challenge. Sorry, that was just there. I had to take it. So how's your show coming in?
It's coming around. I'm so far just booking out some stuff and trying to see what kind of specialty matches I can put on here. We got Liv Morgan with the nicest set of numbers. She has a 69 popularity. Nice. And she has a stamina of 69. Nice.
What's your commissioner goal?
I don't think I'm going to be doing it, unfortunately. Well, it's to have my least popular available bruiser booked in the show, which is Billy Slugger. You know what? What happens if I make this a triple threat? Can I still do this? I can still do the steel cage. All right, cool. All right, Billy. Here. Go have a match on a pay-per-view.
Is it for the title?
No, that's a non-title match. It's one of the tag team champions.
Okay. I was like, man, one of these times.
Title.
That's okay. Well, as the YouTube champion, I don't sneeze. Sneeze does me. So it's okay.
So now, see, here's my dilemma here. The only thing I'm thinking about now is I can get the bigger arena and get more money.
Didn't we say in season 1 that on PLEs we must use the PLE arena?
We had talked about potentially. Oh yeah, we had talked about on season 2 about doing season 3 where we always use the PLE arena. Mm-hmm. All right, that makes that easier. All right. That's
Are you like me? Are you like me, where you remember some things that we do, and then normally it's just
we come up with some real doozies of ideas. So some of them you say, and I'm like, yeah, we'll think about that, and I have no intention on ever doing them.
Well, and let's be honest, we never talk about it afterwards either.
Yeah, no,
you don't come in and saying I'm interested in to see who could be wrestling in the Iron Survivor match for NXT Deadline.
Yeah,
I want to see the Iron Survivor for a championship one of these times. That's what I want to see.
I think it will be at some point. I'm going to go ahead and say this is all set. I'm going to book it.
All right. Hey, what was that stunt you pulled?
Oh.
It's me doing what I want to do, me. Did my computer not?
Are you good?
There we go. Yeah. No, sometimes when I get like a window pop up, it'll be like my controller won't work, so I got to just click the screen. So you like that? Got to get dirty if you want to win. I'll just do that.
Oh, they have a different nickname. They have a Fightful has a different nickname for that tag team. It is the Golden Jets. Because it's the two Winnipeg boys, so the Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah.
Golden Jets.
Yeah, I'm just saying Jericho Show and the Golden Lovers for Omega and
No, I get it. None of it's any good, but yeah.
So, but Gary Cross, as I told you, Bray and I really hit it off as a team last week. Thanks for pairing us up. We're looking forward to the next tag. Still too close, man. Still too close.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you're happy. Wendy True, I haven't had any matches in a while, and the fans are starting to forget about me. Could you say they're sleeping on her?
Astrid wants to get in the ring.
Don't you have room for me on tonight's card? Sure. Let's see what we can do.
It's only a premium live event, Astrid. I mean, I don't know if we're going to have room for you or not.
Well, it's perfect because I know exactly what I want to do. Well, first off, I totally forget my feud, so that's great. Oh, perfect. There you go. We're doing a champion. But one thing I got to make sure I do. That's a good idea.
Yeah, you should do those logistics. Can you go ahead and buy the new stuff for 150K?
When do I save money on the show?
That's true. You tend not to do that.
You gotta spend money to make money. That's just the way it is.
Oh, and look at this. You've got 3 match upgrades all in the shop for you tonight.
Yeah, but I'll book my show and then see what I have in terms of money.
I'm just saying, you know?
Yeah, but it's those contract negotiations, you know, I need. And then, boom, and perfect.
So yeah, as far as Bobby Batista was saying with the Iron Survivor, we heard last night that they're going to be using social media to have the skull sessions where they go ahead and try to pick out who might be in the matches. And then it sounds like we're going to have qualifying matches this year for the Iron Survivor. Either both Trick and Mello are getting into the men's match, or they're having their own separate match outside of the Iron Survivor. Those are my expectations for that. Ooh, Chris Parrish is already over budget.
No, that's fine.
But no, I definitely think it is going to be Baron Corbin versus Ilya Dragunov for the championship. And then I think it might be Trick, Mello, probably Dijak. And then you start getting the iffy ones. I could see potentially a Joe Gacy getting in there. I could potentially see Eddie Thorpe getting in there. I could potentially see Noam Dar being in that match. There's a lot of different ways they could potentially go with that I'm very excited to see. Lexus King is a maybe. I think if they're doing the men's breakout leading into Deadline, I think Lexus King is not only in it, but winning the men's breakout tournament with guys like Riley Osborne and Miles Bourne, the deaf wrestler. I think we can see them both in there. Tiffany Stratton will absolutely be in the Women's Iron Survivor. I almost guarantee that.
Do you think a return is likely?
Maybe. I can't think of anybody return. Oh, you mean from like the main roster coming down to get in the tournament?
No, like maybe we do see a return in NXT from an NXT superstar.
I'm trying to think of somebody who'd be out. Like in the women's one, I could see Nikita Lyons being a return to get this match. I think that makes sense. I think Blair Davenport's a shoo-in for that match. Kiana James is probably a shoo-in for the Iron Survivor again. I know she was in it last year, but I almost guarantee she'll be in there. And then I wouldn't be surprised to see Xia Li, maybe, in the Women's Iron Survivor. Depending how close we get. Do we see Lola Vice in there, Chris Best says? Probably not. She's got that Money in the Bank style women's breakout tournament contract thing. So I don't think we're going to see her in that match. I also don't really want to see her in that match. I don't think she's ready for that. The Iron Survivor is a tough match. The Iron Survivor is hard on the talent in the ring and on the body. And I don't know if she could do a 10-minute match. Bobby Petito says, how about Kalani Jordan? I think it's the same thing with Lola Vice. I don't think that their in-ring ability is up to being able to take 10 to 50. Because remember, the Iron Survivor match is 25 minutes. And it's 5-minute intervals for the next 3 competitors who aren't the 2 that are starting the match. Which means if your worst wrestler still has to go 10 minutes, your second worst wrestler still has to wrestle 15 minutes. And I don't know if I want Lola Vice, unless they're taking pinfalls, and then it just seems like a waste at that point. I think you have enough top-tier female talent to not have to do that. I think you can fill it with, Tiffany Stratton and Nikita Lyons and, Kiana James, Roxanne Perez again. And there's 4 of your 5 right there. Throw in a Fallon Henley, who I think could manage to do it just fine. Or throw in, like I said, a Blair Davenport. There's potential for a lot of women. I don't think we need to grab Kalani Jordan. I think we need to grab Lola Vice and insert them in such a big match so early. Mr. Chris Parrish, besides the Iron Man match between Big E Langston and Akira Tozawa, which match would you like to watch?
I'd like to see the Steel Cage Triple Threat match.
Well, we're going to start with you know what? We'll go with R-Truth versus Scott Steiner in the main event for me. So we're going to simulate the tag team title match between Braun Strowman and Rey Mysterio. Oh, we got new tag team champions.
Yes, boys.
Yes, boy. New tag team champion. Charlotte Flair calling out Shayna Baszler because Eric Bischoff told me I couldn't use Shayna Baszler this week. So,
do we think Cora Jade is going to come back for the Iron Survivor match?
Mike the Ref says, I don't know why I rated twice, but Mike the Ref, because you're awesome and you really wanted to show your support. Yeah. We greatly appreciate it. Mike, tell us about what you thought about AEW Dynamite and Tony Khan's massive, big announcement that tickets will be on sale next month for a show in August. Yeah.
To be fair, I know like sometimes when you go to raid, like you're gonna raid and then like the countdown's on and then the 10 seconds are up, and before you hit raid, maybe something happens on your stream, and then instead of having it automatically, you hit back out just to finish your stuff and do it again. I mean, that stuff happens. So maybe you did that, but we appreciate it. Don't worry about doing it twice. We're just happy you did it once. So
Mike the Ref says reminds me of every local promoter making a big announcement. Yeah, it's Tony Khan's when I'm starting to have shit ratings, I need to go ahead and make a big deal about something. He says this raid didn't show the first notification. All right, well, you know what? We're glad you're here anyways, and thank you for bringing it in. And for those that don't, please make sure you go follow Mike the Ref. He is a fantastic friend of the channel. He makes fantastic content, whether it be gaming, whether it be wrestling, all kinds of great stuff. And he is your one-stop shop right now for all things AEW. He has watch-alongs every Wednesday night for AEW Dynamite. He has a preview show and a live watch-along in in one of whether it be Beercade or whether it be one of the other great establishments over there in Edmonton that Chris Parrish likes to go watch the AEW wrestling with some friends over in the YEG. Full Gear is the next one. Yes. Oh, they're gonna be live on here for Full Gear this time. No bar right here on Mike the Ref. So make sure you go ahead and follow him. Big E Langston. Big E gets the
win. What day is Full Gear on again?
I think it's a Saturday.
I know.
I think it's November 16th.
November 18th. Thank you, Mike.
So very close. I thought it was the 16th, so not too far off. And here we go.
That would not have been a Saturday.
No, I'm just throwing out a number. So here we go. The first match that we're watching on WrestleMania Backlash is an all-women's triple threat steel cage match between Billy Slugger, Liv Morgan, and nobody Mina than Tamina.
I really hope Billy Slugger wins.
You like to wish bad things for my show, don't you?
How's that bad? You make a new star, you have a new weapon.
Since you two won't let us have the music, we're going to go ahead and just simulate right to the action. But Mike, tell us about what you thought about the rest of the AEW show, or give us your ideas for potential, we were talking about before you got in here, potential Iron Survivor candidates for the 2 Iron Survivor matches.
Do we think Becky Lynch is going to be in the match?
I don't. I think Becky Lynch is done in NXT. I think she did her bit. I think now we start building Becky back up and we start getting Becky ready for Rhea. I think that's what we're building to for the. I would still do that match at the Rumble, by the way. I still think you do Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley at the Rumble. I don't think you save it for Mania.
I can see it being saved for Mania and it being teased at the Rumble if we have maybe something else. Maybe we do Jade versus Becky at the Rumble.
Mike, the ref says Becky takes time off until the Rumble. I mean, I would agree with you, except that she's slated for live events this weekend, taking on who is it? Hold on.
Man.
The great Ella J posted the card for the U.S. stateside show.
But card's subject to change.
No, I know, and they've taken Tiffany Stratton off the card because originally it was Becky versus Tiffany Stratton.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look at
taking on Natalia. So, by the way, this is the Super Show that's taking place in Rochester. Right now, this is the card that these people are going to get. Now, remember, this is the show that takes off the same day as the Jeddah show. So all of the talent that's gone to Jeddah will not be on this show, but they are still getting in a fantastic show. Akira Tozawa versus Omos. You're getting Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci are both going to be on the show. DIY will be on the show, I'm assuming taking on Imperium. We've got both the Street Profits and the Brawling Brute, which I assume will be another match. Carlito versus Austin Theory will be on this show, which sounds like a fun match to me. Kofi Kingston versus Ivar in a Viking Rules match.
Well, Gunther has to be in there too, because I don't think he's going to.
He's in the main event of the show. Becky Lynch and Natalia are the semi-main. And then your main event is a triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship between Gunther, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Ricochet.
Interesting.
Now that's a hell of an Intercontinental Championship main event.
I would have thought like they would have squeezed like Chad Gable in there, to be quite honest.
And yeah, Mike the Ref says this weekend is different because their big pieces are needed in Jeddah. Yeah, absolutely. The big pieces are needed in Jeddah, and they're bringing over an interesting crew over in Jeddah. And by the way, that show that Jeddah show is packed with talent.
Yep.
Me and you were talking about it on Friday night. I can't wait.
We are. And we're going to be doing a live watch along on my Twitch at twitch.tv/The Chris Parrish with Mark Talks Wrestling and Chris Bass, hosted by myself. And if anybody else wants to join, please direct message me and we'll talk. Because everyone's pretty much invited. But yeah, and then directly after that, we'll be raiding out to our local establishment for paper reviews hosted by Astrid Pizarro and Jose, and perhaps myself. It depends on Baby Parrish.
I mean, Jose is becoming a fixture on some of these paper review shows with Astrid, which I'm liking. I'm loving the tag team of Astrid and Jose on these paper reviews. It's nice to have a different set of eyes, especially nice when you've got me and you going ahead and previewing the event, and then having a completely different set of eyes going ahead and talking about what happens afterward. I think that's a great thing to have. So I'm very excited to see Jose back on our local establishment for paper reviews. Speaking of exciting, look at this. We got a decent little triple threat here.
I know. I was going to say, I picked a good one.
Oh, Liv not letting that pinfall. Parrish's most hated thing, a pinfall in a steel cage match.
I just think it takes away the beauty of the cage. Like, just let it be either the door or the cage and just tell a story with those rules.
Mike, did MJF announce his tag team partners to take on the Bang Bang Club?
The Bang Bang Gang.
Whatever.
God. It's a BBG.
Stupidity they're called now. MJF joined the Acclaim. Okay. All right. That makes a lot of sense. That'll be fun. MJF, Billy Gunn. I can see some fun stuff happening there. I think MJF working. I love seeing the Acclaimed in good positions, to be perfectly honest with you. Jay White pinned MJF in the main event tonight. Well, that's
that actually, you know what? That makes sense because it gives you a little bit more intrigue to their match.
Yeah.
And that part of it. And also, Liv Morgan just taking too much time on that cage as the slugger herself teamed up with Tamina to get a hold of Liv and ripping her off that cage.
Well, that's interesting. A clean pin on the world champion heading into the pay-per-view. I like it. I don't like it's Jay White doing it, but I like the idea that...
I think you do.
Jay White is the most overrated version of Will Ospreay that there's ever been. And that includes Will Ospreay.
No. Dave Meltzer opinion is the most overrated.
Well, no, yes, I agree. You know what, though? I can't read Dave Meltzer's opinion all the time because I'm blocked from Dave Meltzer on Twitter.
Oh, you know what? I can't read it because I don't care for it.
You know what, though?
I don't even care that he's transitioned into not being an AEW guy.
It's not even so much that for me as it's this a guy who I do not secretly have a shrine dedicated to Jay White.
Yeah, if it's secretly, you wouldn't be talking about it. So we get you.
There's nothing behind this green curtain here. I promise. There's nothing behind the green curtain.
Mm-hmm. No,
I was so happy when Parrish told me he was sending me something and it was a Kevin Owens shirt as opposed to a Jay White shirt. Because I half expected it to be a Jay White shirt.
I didn't even think of that. So, Christmas is coming up.
Christmas is coming up. Shit.
Don't you just love it? With like you give me ideas.
I always go one step too far.
Yeah.
But what
I remember you saying on one of the episodes of WrestleDraft, you always wanted that shirt, and then I got the shirt, and I got enough of those fan cash things or whatever that I'm like, hey, I can get an extra shirt. So it's like, let's do something nice, and
I
get you.
It's fantastic. I've worn it about 4 times since I got it.
They're comfy shirts, huh?
They are nice. They're made of a nice material. They're not scratchy like a lot of wrestling shirts are.
I mean, Fanatics, hopefully you don't mess up the NHL jerseys now. Mike the Ref coming in saying Sky Blue and Julia Hart got into a spitting match tonight.
Well, I mean, COVID's pretty much gone, so I guess it's okay, but I mean, sure. NXT Sky has blue mist. Okay, all right. So Sky Blue has mist now. She must have gone and trained with some of the Japanese wrestlers too, because apparently only Japanese wrestlers use mist.
We all know that I like to make immature and sometimes inappropriate comments. I am not touching that one.
No,
because it is too easy.
Yeah, we're not touching that.
It is too easy.
You're not touching Sky Blue either, so we'll just leave that be.
No, I'm married. I know, Mike, but
Mike the Ref. I set it up for you though.
I know. See, Papa Parrish is becoming a little bit more reserved. A little bit, not a lot, just a little bit.
Trying to rein it in just a skosh. And speaking, while it's me and you, and you've got your Oilers jersey in the background, and you got your Oilers jersey on.
It's a hoodie. It's an actual hoodie. Yeah, see, it's a zip hoodie. It's actually customized too. It's awesome.
Nice. Me and Parrish, I know I speak for Parrish because I doubt he won't. Want to pass along our condolences to the family of Adam Johnson, who passed away over the weekend in one of the most horrific things I've ever seen on the ice in a game in England. And God, I hope the NHL puts those net guards into place sooner rather than later, because
I'm actually going to put some information though. The net guards, as much as people want to think that they do much, they really don't. They get cut very easily on skates nowadays. Yeah. I've seen it. They're just
we got to get something in place.
Yeah, as unfortunate as it is, there was one thing that I really do believe that the guy could have done to help. And that's, you just seen it from examples, whether it's Clint Malarchuk, Richard Zednik, even Evander Kane last year when he had his wrist stepped on by a skate. Just don't move and apply as much pressure to the wound as you possibly can.
Yeah.
And you will honestly do a lot more, as much as it's challenging. Like you got, it is so crucial to be calm in situations like that, as difficult as it is. And it's just very unfortunate that happened, because you never want to see it. It was absolutely just grotesque to watch, and even more grotesque to hear what happened.
I've seen the video twice, and that's more than enough for me.
But one thing I see in hockey too many times, and this is even when somebody takes a hit and they're unconscious, players tend to spree into that scene and just really convolute the area around, and it's just unfortunately not the right move.
Yeah.
And Mike the Ref saying the WHL has mandated them now. Yeah.
They find some solution. They find something.
They can protect. I would actually argue that maybe you add a additional add-on to the shoulder pads that protect the neck. And I think that is something I would do. And I'd actually have it to the point where the end of maybe not your helmet, but yeah, it's just horrific.
I just wanted to pass along the condolences, because it's not something we're going to address on any of our other shows, and it's me and you. We're both hockey fans.
We did actually talk about it on the Raw Watch Along a little bit.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. But I mean, for Canadians, we're going to talk hockey.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Chris Best is, I have to ask, how was it that Zednik moved so fast? Was it because he was the soundness and quickly applied pressure? Yeah, and you just also have to understand the severity of it. And I think Zednik, I think just himself is a very calm person. from what I understood. And like even if you saw Evander Kane, like even though it wasn't the throat, the first thing he did was apply pressure. And yeah, he skated back to the bench, but he skated at his own will. And I think too, in the case that we saw on the weekend, a lot of players were trying to help him, and the pressure was not applied properly there, and it was not sustained properly. And I do think that would have helped a lot more. It's just unfortunate that that's what happened.
Yeah, but we're going to move on to a different topic now. We'll go ahead and if we want to talk about this more, we'll talk about this more at another time on another show.
But just an absolute marathon going on right now.
I did not think the steel cage match was going to be the long match of the night, but we know we're time.
Everyone is absolutely like putting in extra fuel to the tank
everywhere.
And Liv Morgan right now getting the up and up, getting the advantage. She has the momentum.
Yeah. Morgan's got a finisher. Oh, she's about to use it right now. Oh, she used it, and Tamina stole it. Tamina's now got a special in 3 finishers. It's been a very fun match. Oh, there we go. Billy Slugger going ahead and knocking down Tamina. And there you go, Billy. Climb the cage. Make your ass famous. As JR once said about Jeff Hardy.
She is.
There you go. She's up to the top. Oh, and Tamina's going to climb. That could be a problem. Oh, nope. She's going to get there and stop her. Damn. Oh, that's unfortunate.
I would have laughed if Tamina absolutely messed it up and like
knocked down Liv Morgan and let Billy get out. Billy almost got back to the top there. Liv's trying to get out.
No, Liv is down too. Tamina. Right place, right time.
Big boot from Tamina.
Whew. Talk about a tease right there. This has been a great match, Bobby.
Yes,
I must.
Fantastic. Bobby Bracito also says, Bobby Stats, Lance Archer is wrestling against Darby Allin on Collision this Saturday.
Not going to lie, totally forgot Lance Archer still was employed at All Elite Wrestling.
I think AEW forgot Lance Archer was employed with All Elite Wrestling.
I think Lance Archer also forgot.
I mean, I'd like to forget if I was employed by All Elite Wrestling, I'll be honest.
Oh! A reversal to a powerbomb. Ooh, Liv Morgan needs to be aware. There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Billy, this is your moment. Go out the cage while she's trying to deal with Tamina. Oh, Billy's got no energy left. There we go. Liv knocks down.
The nice little drop kick, but
yeah.
See, that's what I don't get. Like, if 2 people are going at it, like, just climb on the other side here.
Yeah. There you go, Liv. Trying to. That's her. No, just a regular move.
Oh, she could.
No. She dropped it too early and didn't do it. Chris Best says, "I forgot Lance Archer was even a thing." Lance Archer is a great thing. Let's not shit on Lance Archer. Lance Archer's great. He's just been entirely underutilized by AEW.
Well, I mean, a lot of people keep saying that he's underutilized or not used properly, but at some point, you got to make the people want to see you.
Billy Slugger just Tamina for the win.
Oh, I love it.
Billy Slugger, the third piece of the puzzle, goes ahead and gets the big win on WrestleMania Backlash. Good for her.
My God. See, how is this a bad thing?
3 stars. There we go. So I had a 4-star opener, 3.5 star.
I think just by watching, we'd all give that more than 3 stars.
We would, but unfortunately, the game only gave it 3 stars. So, Lita cuts me an advertising promo, $14,000 for no popularity. I'll take it. We got AJ Styles versus MVP in a submission match for the NXT Championship. AJ Styles wins in a 4.5 star match. Oh boy.
I wonder if Montez Vontavious Porter calls himself an MVP as the most valuable player, while AJ Styles says he's the most valuable phenomenon.
Maybe. Tiffany Stratton goes ahead and cuts an excellent promo calling out Cora Jade. And here we go. We're spectating one more match of mine tonight. It is the main event. It is a North American Championship match between R-Truth and Scott Steiner.
And before we get in this, if people are watching on the YouTube side of things, please hit that notification bell, hit that nice thumbs up, and let us help you keep alert every time our local establishment goes live on YouTube. We appreciate everybody who does that. Appreciate everybody who does subscribe and goes that extra mile, just like you do on the Twitch. Hit that follow, hit that subscription if you want. Even if you guys want to do a little bit of extra stuff, we appreciate that. We never say you have to. We just say thank you when you do.
And remember, if you have Amazon Prime, you have access to Twitch Gaming, which allows you to go ahead and use one free Twitch Amazon Prime subscription per month. So you can take that Amazon Prime that you already pay, $14 something a month for, or on a yearly one, and you can go ahead and give us some of Jeff Bezos' money. And it's always nice to give us some of Jeff Bezos' money.
Because Come on, Jeffrey, you can do it.
And again, like I said, it's free to you. It lets you become a subscriber here so that you don't see commercials on the Twitch side. But you go ahead and give us $250 of Jeff Bezos' bucks so that we can go ahead and, do the things that need to be done, like paying for the StreamYard, paying for the Canvas, all the things that go into making the wonderful content that you see every week right here on our local establishment. And while you're at it, if you want to go ahead and support us more, while R-Truth goes ahead and bloody Scott Steiner already bloodying Scott Steiner, you can go ahead and go to Rogue Energy. Go to rogueenergy.com, or you can go ahead and get the Rogue Energy app in your phone, and you can go ahead and get 10% off your order when you use the promo code at the bottom of the screen, OLE Pods. You can go ahead and get all kinds of fantastic, great flavors. They have a brand new
Ruby Splash.
Ruby Splash. It's a ruby grapefruit flavor. You can go ahead and get my favorite, the sour watermelon. You can go ahead and get Mel's favorite, blood orange. You can go ahead and get whatever Chris Best's is. I know Chris Best, I think he likes the blue raspberry, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a good one.
Yeah. And Chris Parrish, he tries all the flavors. He's our flavor man. He tries all the flavors. But remember,
I'm flavor when it comes to the Rogue Energy.
That's another outdated reference, but that's fine because you can use.
No, I got another one here, but it's actually a question
code and just use that promo code OLEPODS, OLE Pods, and get 10% off your order. Chris Best says right now he's enjoying the Skittle ones. There you go. But make sure you go to Rogue Energy to get yourself a fantastic energy drink. It doesn't have the crash. It doesn't have the sugars. It's a little bit more all natural, a little bit healthier for you. It's fantastic. So go ahead and check them out, rogueenergy.com, or go ahead and get the app.
But the one thing I'm going to say or ask, and Chris Best, I know you're going to respond to this, but if people like Pearl Jam, I'm going to ask this. Does Scott Steiner in this game not remind you of Eddie Vedder?
I wouldn't know. I don't think I've ever seen Pearl Jam. I've heard Pearl Jam. I've listened to the music, but I've never seen them. So I will defer to Chris Best as his fuck yes.
No
response.
I mean, you definitely have to go back to like the earlier years. Like they have an MTV Unplugged. I believe it's MTV. Maybe it's not MTV, but
no, it would be MTV Unplugged. Yeah.
But I know they did a few live ones.
MTV was Unplugged. VH1 was something else.
Yeah. But I'm saying it might not be an MTV Unplugged. It could have been a different live scenario. But yeah. To me, that looks so much like them. And it's kind of creeping me out a little bit. Although I have been in like a good little like acoustic music phase. I've been going back and listening to a lot of like live stuff, including the Pearl Jams, a lot of Alice in Chains. Oh, did not realize how good Lane Staley actually is. But and a nice little thing, Lane Staley was an early inspiration to Chester Bennington.
There we go.
And you see a lot of Lane Staley and Chester Bennington over the years.
That's definitely a name I know. Chester Bennington was unfortunately the lead singer of Linkin Park. Yeah, we got it, especially from the Jeremy era. That's from Pearl Jam, right?
Yeah.
The album Jeremy, right?
Yeah, there's a song too, I believe.
Yeah, I think the song was the self-titled track.
Yeah. I wasn't the world's biggest Pearl Jam fan back in the day.
I wasn't either.
I do listen to more than now than I did before. But yeah.
I think my favorite Pearl Jam song, I think, is the cover of Last Kiss, which is a fantastic song from the 60s.
Black is definitely my favorite Pearl Jam song. Like, I don't think there's a question on that, but it has to be the live version.
Everybody, go ahead and put in the chat what your favorite Pearl Jam song is. If you don't,
just favorite song in general.
Yeah, put in your favorite song if you don't like Pearl Jam. It was the only video he actually appeared in before he decided he didn't want to do the videos. Oh, good to know. Also,
Eddie Vedder did an episode, a rendition of a live Black not too long ago, and still completely crushed it.
Scott Steiner there on Our Truth. We got my friend Allie jumping in saying that she's a big Pearl Jam fan. Fantastic. What's your favorite song from Pearl Jam? Miss Allie.
I'm not gonna lie, like when I first saw the name that came up, like her name that come up, I really read it as Axl Rose, to be quite honest.
It does look a lot like it with the X in between. Oh, no. Did we get a finish? We did.
Yeah.
Turner in the middle of that. By the way, did you see the finish he hit with? It was like a jackhammer that turned into a pile driver. It's fantastic.
Oh yeah, that's the Steiner driver, I believe it was called.
Yeah, but I don't ever remember it looking that good. And it's a 5-star legendary match. Thank you, Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner, the new North American champion,
the Michigan Miracle Man, because that's back in that day.
And by the way, that means that I have a perfect curve: 4, 3.5, 3, 4.5, 5. Fantastic. And as Chris Best says, Eddie Vedder has now won the North American Championship.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
All right, let's see what we got here. What do I want to watch here? You know what I want to watch? I want to watch the Tag Team Championship opening match between the Usos and Imperium.
All right, it's a steel cage night tonight here on WrestleDraft as we're watching a couple of steel cage matches. So here you go, Gunther Ludwig Kaiser.
Which match you want to watch of yours?
Of Imperium against Jimmy and Jey Uso. I will let you know after this match.
All right. Allie had mistyped. She is not a huge Pearl Jam fan. But she is a fan of all kinds of music, and more importantly, she can sing. She's a fantastic singer.
Well, Al, who is your favorite band? What is your favorite song? Let's get to know you a little bit more.
Indeed. Oh, the Imperium entrance has the whole Ludwig Kaiser thing and all. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's still an entrance that I need to see live, that Imperium entrance thing. She says she likes so many things, but right now, I really like Sabaton. European metal band.
Definitely Europe. I definitely do know them.
Going to fit in with the Chris Bests and the.
Hey, come on.
Are you a fan of European metal too? I don't know.
Yeah, I love Rammstein, man. They're a great German band.
Well, yeah.
I mean, there a lot of the best rock singers, came from Britain too. Like, let's not forget.
Chris Best says right now I'm pretty high on New Year's Day. They performed live at night one of Halloween Havoc, performing their song Zombie, I think it was. I think this was Vampire.
Yeah.
Vampire is the New Year's Day song that they performed live at Halloween Havoc night one. Yes, Vampire. I didn't like it. I thought it was bad. I'll be honest, I'm not a metal guy. I prefer my artists to be able to sing as opposed to scream.
Oh, how dare you! Some of the metal singer,
I agree.
are some of the best vocalists of all time.
I agree. Disturbed is fantastic. I love myself some Sound of Silence.
Not even just him, but again, Elaine Staley's so good.
Ashton says it wasn't. She says, "LOL, it wasn't bad." It was
Corey Taylor has a range that is absolutely amazing and beautiful.
And very, very big wrestling fan, Mr. Corey Taylor.
Chester Bennington, another one of those guys that can just absolutely build out a harmony.
Linkin Park's not metal.
No, but he could definitely scream and do a lot of that stuff. I'm just saying.
But he didn't do a lot of that for Linkin Park.
No, he didn't. Well, that's because they didn't have to do a lot. They did a lot more electronic stuff, but he liked doing his screaming.
I'm just not a metal guy. Corey Taylor's cover of Wicked Game is just amazing. I'll have to check that out.
I will send it to you. It is quite amazing. I mean, if there's a song, in my opinion, you know how WWE does those tribute videos to the passing superstars?
No.
Knowing that Wicked Games was a song played on Friends, yes, it was definitely used more for the Ross and Rachel stuff. If you were to give me a tribute video of Chandler Bing with Corey Taylor's Wicked Games, I think that'd be amazing.
Yes, and much love to the family and friends and the people who loved Friends and Chandler's untimely passing. But here we are. We got this great tag team match going on in the ring right now. Imperium and the Usos. It'll be interesting to see the steel cage match because if I remember the rules of a steel cage tag team match in the game, I believe it's both members of a team have to get out. So if one gets out, it becomes like a handicap match.
Oh, and this is a match I think we both would say if you put this on a PLE, you can have our money.
Yeah, absolutely. This would absolutely be a banger of a tag team match on any premium live event.
Oh, I think Chandler, when it came to TV comedians, I think he was one of the great, funniest TV comedic acts.
Oh yeah,
of all time. I don't think
he's my favorite part of Friends. I'm not a huge Friends person. I think I
love Joey, but the dynamic between Chandler and Joey, I think, was one of the best.
Yeah,
there is
the photo of Joey just looking at the empty black leather reclining chair that's been floating around everywhere is hard to look at. He did write a lot of his own jokes. Apparently, he was from the area over here. I was unaware until his passing that he was a local boy.
He also once beat up Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, so that's a win in Canada.
Ali saying they were best friends on the show. They were all the best of friends.
I think two of the people that were really close was Matthew Perry and trying to remember her name. Jennifer Aniston. They were really close. In fact, Jennifer Aniston was actually someone who was the first person to kind of talk to Matthew Perry about his drug use. Noticed it on screen, and I think ever since then they were pretty close with each other.
Both the Usos are trying to get out of the cage. Ludwig Kaiser cuts off one, and he's attempting and does cut off the other as well. Oh, but here we go. Jay's getting in there and try to help Jimmy get out.
And congratulations to the Texas Rangers, who just won the World Series.
Yeah, congratulations. Good for them.
It was their first World Series in franchise history.
Always nice.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. We got Jay Uso trying to get out. Is he going to make it? Looks like it. Yep. Jay Uso is out of the cage. It is now a handicap match.
I mean, and very, very much just like today, I think Jay Uso would have no issue just leaving Jimmy Uso by himself.
Oh. But here comes the interesting part. Now Jimmy Uso's on the outside, and we've got to see how this match ends. Oh, Jimmy, you silly, silly man.
No.
The general was not down. Yeah, so if we see a pinfall here, does Vinci take the fall? Well, there's no Vinci in this match.
No.
This is Gunther and Ludwig Kaiser. There is no Vinci out here.
Vinci was not eligible in the draft, and we haven't seen him yet to sign. So,
I mean, Vinci does like taking the fall on Raw, as Chris Best is alluding to with that wonderful comment.
I would actually try to prevent Kaiser from leaving, as I would like my odds better with Kaiser than I do with the Ring General.
I agree, but I don't think Jimmy Uso is going to get their opportunity.
He is definitely not.
Kaiser is out, and now it is a one-on-one match between Gunther and Jimmy Uso. And there we go. Jimmy's down. He's getting back up now, but there we go. The Ring General is on his way to the top.
I want to say this is going to be it, but I do like the fact that there's action on the outside a little bit.
There was briefly some action on the outside, yes. Here we go, Gunther. He's halfway.
He is, I think, out.
It's over.
Yeah.
And still.
Oh, and he got what a visual too. What a visual.
Imperium. I would definitely be excited for an Intercontinental title match between Gunther and Jay Uso, Mr. Bobby Stats. I think that would be great.
Yeah.
And here we go. 4.5-star classic to start your show. Fantastic job, Parrish.
And I originally did not have that opening. I moved it. So that was next level. That was next level.
So now that you've had some time to think, which of your 4 remaining matches, well, 3 of your 4 remaining matches, because we're going to take the submission match out of the equation. So Extreme Rules, normal match, or TLC match?
I'm gonna keep it with the tag team action. We have Dare Amazing coming in saying, "Hey, Olay."
Hello, Dare
Amazing. Dare Amazing. How are you doing? We're playing some WrestleDraft. Here we got WrestleMania Backlash. We got Seth Rollins calling up. Perfect. Finally, a feud between Finn Balor and Seth freaking Rollins. We're gonna simulate this Wendy Chu versus Rhea Ripley for the Raw Women's Championship.
And Rhea Ripley retains. 3.5.
No, she became the champion.
Oh, she was new champion?
Remember, I never had a champion yet.
Oh, yeah. You finally crowned your women's champion.
I did. You got Becky Lynch bringing me 8,000. Popularity lost 1. That's okay. She hasn't really been on the screen much. We got Edge going up against Bray Wyatt in Extreme Rules match. Going to simulate that because, yes, I did pick the TLC match between KC Square because or Killer Combat is what I called them, going up against Io Sky and Dakota Kai. There we go. We got Bray Wyatt coming in a 4-star match. Amazing, they say. Got Nikita Lyons calling out Io Sky. Getting that to level 3 only for the TLC match. And we're going to watch right now. Damage Control's Dakota Kai and Io Sky defend the championship against Killer Combat. Had a chance of Kaden Carter. How is GM mode? It is amazing. How are you doing?
thoroughly enjoying our GM mode tonight.
Bobby Stats coming in. Rhea Ripley, first ever Raw Women's Champion on Chris Parrish's show.
In season 3, and he's had champions before, but
she technically was champion all years.
Yeah, but since you didn't draft her, since you didn't keep her, she had to retake the championship, I believe.
I did keep her, didn't I?
I don't. Well, then she
wasn't the champion at the end.
Oh, okay, that's what it was.
Yeah. I did keep her though. Hey, smart man keeps mommy around. All right.
That's why Dominic does it.
Mm-hmm. Also,
and as we
can we not give Dominic a perfect 10 for his Halloween outfit last night?
No, I thought it was kind of. I'll be honest. I thought it was a cop out.
Funny, because he was a criminal.
Yeah. No, I thought it was a cop out. I thought it was a bit lackluster. I thought he could do something better with it. Him just going ahead and doing a basic convict outfit, I thought was a little passe. But then again, anything that gets you handcuffed to mommy is always A+ in my book.
That's the thing, right? Yeah, out of curiosity, do you ever know why there was a name change from Io Shirai to Io Sky?
I don't actually. I have not seen the rationale for it. I don't mind it though.
Right.
But I don't mind this name change. I didn't hate Io Shirai, but I like Io Sky, the genius of the sky. Io and putting Io together with Genius of the Sky. I like it. I don't hate it. I'll be honest.
I don't hate it either, but like I'm always curious to see why the name has been changed. Like for the longest time, I did not know why JD McDonough had his name changed. I was like, okay, because I really do like
Jordan Devlin.
Yeah, and it was like, oh, that's just his real name. I was like, okay, that makes sense. I just like Jordan Devlin better as a ring name, to be quite honest. But if he's Jordan Devlin McDonough, I get it, and it's fine.
Yeah.
But
and like we said with Lexus King, sometimes you got to just let it go and let the ideas flow.
I love that he's trying to create his own path, though.
Yep.
Like, you have to respect them for doing that.
And you know what? I like that they gave, right out of the gate, they gave us a reason. They're like, look, people are going to be bullshit about this, and we were. But you know what WWE said? Just give us 5 minutes. Let us tell you the story that we're planning on telling with this character and this wrestler, and it'll be okay. And it was. As soon as he started cutting vocal promos with the name Lexus King, and he explained the name, and he explained why he's choosing to do Lexus King as opposed to Brian Pillman Jr., I think it's fantastic. I like the idea because it seems to be something he wants. It's not. Yeah. It's not as our wonderful friend Zach says. It's not the NXT name generator where they just popped in a name and gave him something new for no reason. They gave him a name and did these video packages so well to tell us about why he isn't being like his dad.
And this is exactly what I love too. It's the fact that he's creating his own path, yet he's almost throwing what everybody wants in their face.
Yeah.
It's
Which is
terrific.
fine. It's something interesting and different.
Yeah. And right now, he's one match in an NXT, and I already care more about him. I'm more invested in him than I ever was in AEW. And I think that's just an amazing job done so far. By NXT.
We have a glitch. For the first time in GM mode, we have a glitch.
Oh, this is fantastic. We got to clip this.
The women's tag team title is now nowhere to be found above the ring.
111 and a half minutes. We got to clip this. Please write that down because I don't have any access to Slack right now.
I'll go ahead and pop in the private chat for us. It may say that you're disabled for a bit here.
It is. It is saying I am disabled, but Oh, and Bobby, you're right. I think a lot of people are lost in the shuffle at AEW, and that's simply because they did not properly separate Ring of Honor and AEW properly. If you ask me, had they would have done that, they would have done a better job. And even before, they were so worried about. Thank you, Astrid. But I thought AEW was so worried about always having, look who's jumping ship, look who's debuting, all this stuff, rather than making their own stars. And we're seeing nowadays, who's the number one star? It's a homegrown talent in Michael Jacob Friedman.
Maxwell.
Yeah, I'm changing his name because we all know he's going to WWE next year. Just kidding. He's probably not changing his name.
The tag team title is floating to the corner of wherever the ladder is. It's great. You know what? Look at this.
I know.
This is great. I've been playing this game and I've not had any of these wonderful glitches that you see posted online every now and then. Just fantastic. There we go. We got Katana Chance going up.
Oh, look, the title's in the right spot now.
Yeah, now it's back in the right spot.
Although it changed angles, though.
Yeah. Here we go. We got. Oh, there's Katana now. I lied. That was Caden Carter. There's Katana Chance. Oh, she's setting up the ladder. Io misses the wonderful moonsault that she did there.
Reminds me of Teddy Hart on the Indies, just doing moonsaults for no reason.
Oh, poor Teddy Hart. Had the world at his feet. Could have been a WWE talent for 30 years with just his name alone. And threw it all away.
I believe he signed the first
he was
big $1 million contract for an 18-year-old or something like that too. Like crazy.
He was under 18 and WWE had him locked up, and then Teddy Hart started doing all the Teddy Hart things, and that quickly changed.
Now curiosity, because there's a lot of
boom, there we go. And your winners. And still, I think.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. The only thing I do know is Damage Control is your women's tag team champions. I'm pretty sure they did retain.
There we go. Level 1 rivalry. 4-star match. Very nice. And here we go. We're going to simulate your submission match in the main event. And that will pretty much be the end of our show.
We got LA Knight going to be 4,000 fans. Yeah. And then, we got a simulation between The Rock and Karrion Kross for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. The Rock retains in a classic, and I believe that is a perfect curve for myself as well.
Maybe. I think your Edge match was 4 stars, and I think it was bigger than your mid card, but I think it'll be all right.
Not gonna lie, totally forgot about Edge.
We got Commander Aziz, and you know what? We're just gonna simulate match by match through here for his WrestleMania.
Probably an amazing match because they're all rated high. Yeah,
4.5.
Oh, only 4.5.
That's a promo. We got Asuka versus Bianca Belair. Asuka wins. 4 stars. We got Zoe Stark taking on Gigi Dolan in a backstage brawl.
Cost them $180,000 too.
Yeah. Logan Paul defeats Rick Boogs for 3.5 stars. And then for the tag team titles, we got Gable and Jinder Mahal taking on Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes of Legacy.
No.
Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton Legacy are the tag team champions, 4.5 stars.
I will say they have the nicest looking tag titles that over there, though.
Oh, yeah. The WCW tag titles are clean.
Mm-hmm.
And I have completed all those rivalries.
Oh, it was a 4 and a 4, so it works.
No, but the 3.5 on your second mid card.
Yeah, but that's fine. I got to start up and go down, right?
Yeah, but the third match should always be the lowest.
Nah.
That's fine.
I just changed the curve. I just go up, down, and then all the way up.
Look at that. That's
Look,
just fantastic.
Look at that tag chemistry. Just
5-star tag chemistry there. 3.5 tag chemistry here. I only had 2.5 tag chemistry here. But let's see what the numbers say, because the numbers don't lie. 148,000 fans for me on NXT, but I lost $97,000. But I put a lot of money into this show, so it's okay to lose $97,000. We got Raw 147, so you're right behind me. You lost 65,000, so you lost a little bit less.
Yeah, my budget is low.
Low budget. You're gonna be having some skimped shows. Well, you know what? Remember though, neither one of us ran the biggest arena. We ran the pay-per-view arena. So that's another reason why we didn't gain as much money as we should have. Eric Bischoff gains 140,000, so you've gained on Eric Bischoff this week. But since he ran the big arena, he goes ahead and gets the big money. He is now over $1 million at 1.16. Raw gets a Veto Champ card. Ooh. I get an Injury Rehab 3. And here we are.
I did not jump, by the way.
What's that?
I did not jump over Bischoff, by the way.
No, I thought you were going to get a little bit closer than that, but you're still about 5,000 away. Not bad. You're getting there. And I'm still sitting at about 130 over Mr. Bischoff, so I will take it. Let's see if this will be you. So we're going to go ahead and do your emails, and we'll do your shake-up.
Sweet.
Oh, lucrative deal. 500. Look at this. You're about to be tough on money, and he's going to give you $565,000 for Bray Wyatt to go do a movie. Fucking hell. Oh, and there's a physical trainer on staff that we just brought on. You can train Io Sky and Jey Uso for $30,000, and you'll take 1 week off for both of them. Oh, free option with Jimmy Uso. So Jey Uso is out of your show for next week.
Terrific.
And it's perfect timing because he wants 2 weeks off. Remember, that means you can't use them the following week as well.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Oh, I can't stand Tina Katana. She's the reason we keep losing our tag matches.
I got a new feud.
She wants her own singles match tonight. All right. And here we go. We got David and Goliath, superstars who win against superstars at least ring level 20, gain 10 popularity, but superstars at or above ring level 20 lose morale. Oh,
I already know what I'm doing, mixing it up, man.
And what does that do?
It gives me money if I have 3 different match types.
Of course. And now with $750,000 because of your free money for no reason, you're going to go ahead and be able to do that with ease. But
yes, I can.
That has been WrestleDraft. Chris Parrish, tell the good people where they can find you this upcoming week.
Well, if you want to, I guess, switch the thing. Actually, you know what? I'll do it. I got it right. I am. All right, God. You can follow me on all the socials on there, right? Not the X, at Chris Parrish. You can find me on the Twitch. You can follow me on the Instagram. You can follow me on Chris.Parrish there at the Kick, the YouTube, Chris Parrish. But visually, where can you see me? Well, on Friday, I'll be joining right back with the man above me right here, not just on the rankings here in WrestleDraft, but also figuratively and literally right here on the show at Fries as we'll be predicting, previewing, we'll say, paper previews for WWE Crown Jewel at around the same time tonight at about 10 p.m. Eastern. A little later. I know you got double duty that night, so we'll play it by ear when it comes to that.
We should be around 10 o'clock Eastern. We should be fine.
The following SmackDown, we'll say. It's the same. But yeah, so following SmackDown, come see us as we preview Crown Jewel. And then on Saturday, November 4th, live, watch along at my Twitch at twitch.tv, the Chris Parrish, myself, Mark Talks Wrestling, and Chris Best, and possibly you people. We're always looking for more, so come check us out as we do a live watch along to Crown Jewel, and everyone who comes in will be rating them on the Twitch side to our local establishment, where I perhaps may be joining the host, Astrid Pizarro, and Jose for paper reviews on Crown Jewel. And then on Sunday, if you haven't gotten sick of me enough, we got the N64 version of Busting Out with Bobby Munson and myself. So that's going to be fun. And then, of course, Monday with the live Monday Night Raw watch along with Chris Best, OMD, and Carl Carafell. Oh, okay. I think that is all.
For me, you can go ahead and find me, like Chris Parrish said, Friday night. I'm going to be a busy man. Probably around 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We haven't locked that time down. Keep up with the Twitter at EdFries12584 to go ahead and find out when exactly me and Andre C are going to go live with Marvel Talk as we talk all things Loki, episode 5. Man, it was a big ending last week that had Andre very angry, but what happens next? Then, right after that, you can catch me and Chris Parrish, like he said, paper previews. You can catch me next Tuesday night with the wonderful, the natural Ashley Bizarro as we go ahead and do all things NXT on Taking Over. And then back here again for 4 more weeks of GM mode with the Chris Parrish next week. But we're going to go ahead and raid out to the good friends of ours, good friend of mine. We got Conrad over at EPW Show, so we're going to go ahead and raid out with our audience on the Twitch side over there. So make sure you go send them the OLE love. Go ahead and follow them. They are great people who talk all things AEW every Wednesday night after the show ends. So go ahead and talk to them. And we'll see you next time. Goodbye.